we finally got to find out, did Pollo actually find a new trio, and is he now landing on clicks? We also got to see how Pete is now doing with his new old trio with Ritual, and you guys can win a free pickaxe, and I'm going to explain later in this video how you can do it. Do you want to get better at Fortnite, but you just don't know what to work on? Well, try the sponsor in today's video, Blitz. Blitz has the best and most accurate data tracking for both PC and console. It tracks your damage, elims, and even splits them up based on your weapons so you can check how you're performing with each type. Track your match history and see your progression as you level up so you can see what you need to work on as you improve. To help you stay on top of the meta, Blitz even tracks the highest win rate loadout in real time, so you know which weapons to upgrade and how you can stay on top of the game as it changes. With the overlays on PC, you can track your performance in real time in game, so you can check your damage, your teammates' damage, they can see your loadouts, you can see theirs, and you can even have fun challenges to see who does more damage in real time during the game. Blitz also works on a whole bunch of your other favorite games like Counter-Strike, Apex Legends, Valorant, and even more. So download it today using the link in the description down below. Let's get back into the video. Let's kick off talking about NA because we have two very big, new, but old teams to talk about. Who came out on top? Was it Pete, Cold, and Ritual, or Acorn, Aegis, Pollo? Because they officially back to their original trios. No, Acorn, Pollo, and Aegis did not split up. We talked about in the most recent video. There was a lot of bad blood there. There was a bit of beef and drama to kick off the trio, but they got it together. They played the Div Cups together despite playing the Eval Cup, but to a lot of people's lack of surprise, Pete came out on top. Pete, Cold, and Ritual came 4th place overall on 836 points, whereas Acorn, Aegis, and Pollo unfortunately struggled a little bit. They still qualified, but they came in 22nd on 676 points. Now, the next big question, Aussie, where is Acorn, Aegis, and Pollo dropping? You said they might be switching to Lone Wolf Lair. They did not. They've been dropping Mars Meadows, but I don't think Clicks is out of the woods yet. So it turns out where a lot of the drama was coming from is because Aegis and Pollo did not want to play with Acorn while he was in Canada. He's on 60 ping. They know how W key and aggressive these lobbies are. They really didn't want Acorn playing on 60 ping, but he had to go back for a family holiday. He did have to go back. So they're playing with Acorn on the Canadian ping, and I think that might be affecting their confidence on where they want to drop. So I am still keeping my eyes on Acorn, Aegis, and Pollo landing at Lone Wolf Lair. I haven't heard anything extra. I haven't seen anything. They've made no intention to drop there, but I think just because they're not dropping there yet doesn't mean they won't. Now, if Acorn comes back from Canada, they're all playing on 0 ping, and they still don't go Lone Wolf Lair, then I'm going to be pretty damn confident they're sticking to Mars Meadows. And there's one reason they might be sticking to Mars Meadows as well. It looks like the storyline is leading up to Mars Meadows getting stronger and stronger as the season progresses, whereas Lone Wolf Lair and the other vaults are actually getting weaker. I don't follow the storyline too much. It confuses me these days, and I swear it doesn't even make sense anymore. But apparently, I've been told the storyline is building up where the gold is being taken from the other vaults and other areas around the map, and it's being brought to Mars Meadows. That's why the Lone Wolf Lair vault got nerfed in the most recent update, because Mars Meadows got buffed. So Mars Meadows is set to get better and better as the season progresses, where the other POIs are supposed to get worse. So maybe Acorn, Aegis, Pollo, seeing that, want to stick to Mars Meadows. Again, a lot of the risk for going Lone Wolf Lair is because the black market's so good. We just recently saw an update where the black market got heavily buffed. We got the Chug Jug in there now. We have the new exotic AR, but it could just as easily get nerfed. There could 100% be an update where all the good things out of the black market are taken. They take the splashes out, the hero grenades, and then they're going to regret their drop spot swap. So maybe they're going with a safe option, staying Mars Meadows, but for now, they are not dropping Lone Wolf Lair. Now, they struggled a bit in the opens, but like I said, Acorn is on higher ping right now. We did hear that their vibes weren't the best going into it, so I'm hoping it takes a little bit of time to get back into it, but Acorn, Aegis, and Pollo were always more of a set lobby team. It's the reason why they won grands more than the weeks leading up to it. So we'll see how they go in the finals. The finals are going to be super stacked. We did have Vidil, Cooper, and Sphinx dominate on 1,131 points. This team absolutely popped off. We had another new trio as of last week, Reap, Bryce, and Tony come in second on 944. We had another new trio, Kanata, Gmail, and Osid come in third on 841. Then we had Ritual, Cole, and Peterbot. Then we had Muzz, Curly, and Rise rounding out the top 5. So very, very stacked top 5. Most of the big teams made it through on NA. Don't worry, Clicks was in there. I know Clicks wasn't in the top 5, but you've been following what's going on with him. He had to play day 1 in NA Central, but play day 2 in EU for Mongrel's setup on over 100 ping. So they were just happy to qualify. Clicks is doing his London event, but he's going to be back on NA for the finals. So don't worry, he's not going to be playing high ping for the finals, which is very helpful for them potentially getting lands on at Lone Wolf Lair. But again, I don't think that's happening this week, but they qualified. Meanwhile, over on EU, we were missing some big names. Queasy, Swizzy, and Mustache, who won the first 2 weeks in a row, then had to play the 3rd week without Mustache because he had a school trip, have now not qualified the 4th week. So unfortunately, their momentum has been stopped a little bit here. It sucks to see because I was absolutely loving watching them in the finals. They came 49th overall, so not absolutely terrible, but unfortunately for our reigning champs on EU, pretty much the undefeated team, because we haven't seen them make a finals, they haven't won yet, they didn't make it through. We also had other big teams like Shark, Chap, and Kiddo not make it through. I am a little bit scared for this trio. They haven't really been able to figure out what they're doing with drop spots. They're a crazy trio on paper. They should be dominating, but they came 67th overall and didn't make finals. I would not be surprised to see Chap, Shark, or Kiddo split up here. We then have other big teams that are still struggling at the moment across the board, so we could see some movement around there, especially if they don't do well in the finals. Nothing's been announced yet that I can see, but I think a lot of these big teams wait until after finals to see if any of the teams that struggle in finals start to try to look for new players. They haven't said anything. I could be completely wrong here, but I just don't have a good feeling for a team that's got so much hype around them that's just not doing as well as they should. Another example of that, Mongrel, Prism, and Casper. They have not made a finals yet. They were looking pretty rough. They did okay overall. I would say they are getting consistently better. They just seem to be making the same mistakes a lot. I know they're working with Coach Fox right now, which I hope is drilling this in. I'm sure he recognizes he's a phenomenal coach, but they just can't seem to get their refreshes in endgame. They make it to endgame really, really stacked most games. They get their surge. They're looking good. They burn through their mats up until about first rotating zone. Right when they need to get that 1 or 2 big refreshes to keep their game going, they just can't seem to find it. I don't know whether it's like a lack of chemistry between Mongrel and Casper trying to go for frags. I don't know if it's a confidence thing. I'm not sure what it is, but every time they seem to go for a play, they either take a bunch of damage and go down and they get the refresh, or they just straight up die before even getting it. So it's been a bit unfortunate to see. Once they get the refresh, they actually look almost even better as a solo or duo clutching once they have the match. So it is a pretty big issue getting refreshes in endgame. It's one of the most important skills, but it is pretty much the only thing I can see wrong with their game plan. Their spawn fighting looks good, their drops look good, their vibes look good, their communication's good, where they're positioning through the mid into endgame looks good. It's just finding those refreshes. So I really hope they can fix it up because their vibes do seem great and they've expressed no interest of splitting up, but how many finals do they have to miss out on before they split? There's only one more divisional cup now before FNCS, and if they don't make a single finals, you have to imagine good vibes and good chemistry only goes so far. A lot of the other big names did end up making it through. We had Seti make it through, Veno, Thomas HD. We had a lot of the big names, but Veno does look like he's going to be contested because unfortunately for him, Chino, Pablo, and Fredoxy, who are going Mars Meadows, have made it through. A lot of people questioning why would Fredoxy's team contest Veno. You know, Veno's team already qualified for LAN, the reigning FNCS champions. Fredoxy's team not in LAN, but Fred's team are really, really good spawn fighters. Fredoxy's actually a pro that a lot of other pros go to try to, you know, get advice on spawn fighting. He's known to be one of the best spawn fighters on EU, so this could cause some big issues for Veno. The drop map hasn't been 100% published yet. We still have OCE solos today and then finals tomorrow. Things could change, but at this point, it looks like Veno is going to be contested. We also had Fastroki, Zhu, and Yanis, a brand new trio, one of the new trios out of the Noah, Rezon, and Yanis split, who are now looking very good. They won opens, just beat out Vanya, Pixie, and Marius at 822 points. Then we had Chino, like I just mentioned, Pix, Dam, and Damus, and then Hyper, Titty, and Jewel rounding out the top 5. It is worth mentioning the rest of that trio did still make it through. The Yanis, Noah, Rezon split seems to be going well for everyone involved. Glubshy, Grip A, and Rezon came 8th overall, whereas Focus, Trulex, and Noah came in 16th. So it's rare to see a trio fully split, all go their separate ways, but they've all found new trios and all made finals. So I'm really excited to see how that one plays out, and maybe if one of them does try to go Mars Meadows, which I don't think so, a triple con would be very silly, but they all have new draw spots, and I'm excited to see which one comes out on top. 2 things I'm very excited to announce. Firstly, if you guys want to get a free pickaxe, all you have to do is swing by my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/AussieAntics. I'm doing a massive stream. I'm going to be live for like 40 hours, so you guys can swing by and get your free pickaxe. All you got to do is join my stream, link your Twitch account, your Epic Games account, watch for an hour, and the free pickaxe is yours. Everyone wins it. Secondly, I have been invited to compete in the Pro-Am $500,000 duo reload LAN event, and I will be there. I'll be playing as obviously a content creator, in case you guys thought somehow I was going to be the pro. I don't know who my duo partner is yet. A lot of people keep asking me. No one knows who they're paired up with. We have a few, you know, people going who it makes sense who they'd be. We have Kyoto, a Japanese pro, and there's only one other Japanese content creator going. We're assuming they'll be together, but if a lot of us that are going, we actually don't know who our teams are right now. And if you've seen the list of people attending, for example, there is myself, a 31-year-old father who hardly plays the game, and I'm in the same category as Somerset, who is a Div 1 player going as a content creator. And then you have professional players like Peterbot, who, let's be real, as everyone knows, Peterbot seems to be on his own level these days. They are going to balance the teams. Apparently, we are getting pros matched with content creators that makes them more equal skills so everyone has a good time. It is a $500,000 event after all. That is an insane amount of money. I'm going to be making a bunch of content coming into it. I am going to be practicing and trying to improve a little bit. I don't want to be holding back whoever the pro is I get paired with. I hope Fortnite gives me a solid pro here because I'm gonna need it. I have not been playing the game too much, but I'm gonna get my reps in. I'm gonna practice. I'm super thankful for the opportunity. If you guys are going, please, I would love to meet you. I'll be doing a meet and greet after the event. I'm gonna make some sick content going into it. I'll be streaming from the event, doing some cool stuff with other pros and content creators. I want to make a vlog style video of the whole process, me going and finally competing. It's gonna be a super fun time. I really appreciate Epic inviting me. I will probably make a more detailed video on the Pro-Am in the near future now that we have all the teams announced, but we need to figure out who they're with yet before I can give a proper breakdown of, oh my gosh, we have Peterbot and Zemi. Are they going to be the favorite? I'll do all that once they announce the teams. It is also going to be on the new season. We don't even know anything about the season it's going to run on. We just had the leak today that there is a new reload season coming out based on the Chapter 2 map. It looks amazing. HyperX showed this image here and it's dropping on April 15th. So the event is on May 10th. So we're going to have a few weeks or about 3 weeks once this new mode comes out before we can see what it's going to be like for the Pro-Am. But I'm super excited. I think it's going to be really fun and expect a lot of content coming out from me around the Pro-Am.